morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. And my name is Tholu. I'm your number one property manager here in Lagos, Nigeria. And I want to appreciate you for following my channel. And if you have not been following my channel, I'll say kindly please follow this channel and we'll be happy that you do. And I will share tips on property management, also real estate and security, generally everything that has to do with property management. That's what I do. I manage properties for clients here in Lagos, Nigeria. Um, I help clients to do proper maintenance of their property, to collect rent on their behalf, and more especially those who are in diaspora uh, that do not have the, the time to to manage their property across Nigeria. So if you have property in Nigeria and you're looking for someone to manage this property on your behalf, I will be glad to do that for you. So on today's topic, I'll just be sharing what you need to look out for, those qualities and those skills you need to look out for in a good property manager. Those qualities and skills that you need to look out for. Um, if somebody says is a property manager, so there are skills and there are qualities that you must look out for in that person before you commit your properties into their hand. And when looking for a property manager, manage your property, so there are skills to consider to ensure that you choose the best person for the job. And some of those important qualities and skills to look for in property managers include this: number one, the person must have a good communication skill. A property manager should have excellent communication skills, both written and verbal, to effectively communicate with tenants, with landlords, with contractors, with artisans, even with the community wherever the property is located. Because there's no way you, as a property manager, that you will not have uh, or there's no way that you will even interact with the tenant that you are managing. So you must have good communication skill to be able to talk to them, to communicate with them, both in written and in verbal, because there are times you need to write letters to them, you need to send emails to them, you need to even chat them up. So, how good is your communication skill? You don't just talk to tenants anyhow you like, even if you're someone that is um, irate. If all the time, but you need to talk to tenants because tenants, they are your customers, they are kings, and you must talk to them in a very good and lovable manner. So you don't just talk to them anyhow. So, and also you need to have organizational skill. A property manager should be highly organized and be able to manage multiple tasks and priorities simultaneously. So you should be able to know how to manage uh, uh, things. You're managing the tenants, you're managing the artisans that are working for you, or the contractors, you're managing the community, you're managing several other things alongside that comes with the property. Even at times you might need to interface with some people within the community where the property is located. So you need to know how to uh, do this. Um, it's not just the tenants alone that you are dealing with, you are also dealing with people within that community. So you must have organizational skill. So you must also have attention to detail. A good property managers must pay attention to details such as rental agreements or lease renewals, tenant screening, among other things. You should have attention to details. So you need to pay attention to detail, and you don't need to mix things up. That's even part of the attention to details. You'll be able to take uh, have the records when the rent is starting, when the rent is expiring, when they need to do maybe some kind of maintenance within the compound, within the building. You need to check on them periodically. If it's a house also that is put in your care, you need to pay attention to details even when you pay a visit to the property. You should have a pictorial um, um, mind whereby you know the way you left the building the last time you visited, and now that you are visiting the building, you should be able to take cognizance of some changes that has occurred, either for good or for bad, so that you can actually do the needful when the time comes. So you need to pay attention to details. Another thing that you need to have knowledge of local laws and regulations. As a property manager, you should have knowledge of local laws and regulation. A good property man should be familiar with local laws. You should know those laws guiding um, the properties that within the state or within the location where you are. You may also need to be familiar with some um, basic rules also. Like I have some properties, I manage some warehouses for some companies, and within the street where I interact with vigilantes within that place. I'm the one that usually pay the the security fee to the vigilante every month. So that's part of the attention to details. And whenever they are bringing in any of the goods to that warehouse, I need to make sure that I contact all those vigilantes for them to be on ground so that they can give those people a proper security whenever they are dropping or they're picking any of their products within the warehouse, so that there won't be any harassment from them. I could remember there was a time that they after they just got the warehouse and they were there to drop some of their products in that warehouse. I had to one of the staff that came with the truck had some issues with some guys on the street, and he quickly called me, and immediately I got there. I knew what they wanted, so I sought them out, and the whole um, thing became things of the past. And since then, I've built rapport with them. I've been able to establish some kind of communication line with them, and since then, we've not had any issue whatsoever on that street whenever they're bringing in their products or whenever they're picking up any product from that warehouse. So um, that's part of the things that I've done. And for me, being knowledgeable about the local laws and regulations that is guiding that property, that is guiding that environment. And you need to know the laws also, that is landlord tenant laws, relationship property maintenance law, and other related matters. So you need to be abreast with all these local laws and regulations. And as a property manager, you must have marketing skills. And this is one skill that many people do not want to learn, and they are always running from. You as a property manager is go beyond you just managing the property or just the property being handed over to you. What happens when an apartment is vacant? What are the marketing models do you have in place? Do you make use of the mainstream media for your marketing? Do you do flyers? Do you place banners? Do you do mouth to mouth marketing? Do you interact with other agents for them to assist you in getting a befitting tenant for the apartment or for the property that you are selling or that you wanted to rent out? So you need to have marketing skill. You cannot be with me 5 minutes and you will not know that a good marketer. I love to market those properties that are put in my care. because the pride of every landlord or every property owner that is being handed over to you is for you to be able to flip that property over or turn things around for them to get value for whatsoever that have been committed into your hands. How will you feel as a property manager that you have an apartment that is vacant 2 months, 3 months, 4, 5 months, and you keep telling the property owner that, oh, you're working on it, and whereas in your mind you know they are doing nothing about that apartment or about that property. So you need to have marketing skill. In this age and time, you cannot but leverage on technology to give you your desired results. So you must have marketing skill as a property manager. It's not a skill, it's beyond that you go to school to study marketing. You must be on the ground. You must have the street sense. You must have the necessary skill. You must relate with people. You must collaborate with other people. I have properties on the island, and I cannot be on the island because I live on the mainland. So what do? I relate with people within the island to share my property listings with them, to share those things that I have with them, and they've been helping me to push it, and it's a win-win thing. And one of the things that I also observe with some property manager or some agents is that they are greedy in nature. They do not want to share what is coming in as commission for them with other people. And that's one of the reasons that property, that apartment is still there and has not been sold or it has not been rented out. So share your listings with other people. You cannot do it alone. You cannot do it alone. If you think in this industry you can succeed alone, you can market your properties alone, you are lying, and you are lying to yourself, because your property or your apartment is not the only property that is available within um, the market that is available to people. There are thousands and millions of other property. It's only those ones that you market to, that you create awareness for, that people would know about and the people will be interested in buying. So please, you need to have marketing skills. So you must know how to market whatsoever that is put to your care. The beauty and the glory of any property owner is for you as a property manager to be able to give value back to them. And you should be able to know how to negotiate. You should have negotiating skill. You must have negotiating skill. I've had couple of experiences of some property we want to sell, and the property owner said, "Okay, this is the price that I have in mind." All I just do is for me to search through the market, and I saw that the price that the property owner is calling for is higher than the required um, the set price for that property. So because when you set your price higher than the acceptable price in the market, your property will stay too long in the market. It will stay too long in the market. So if the apartment you want to rent out, maybe you are to rent that apartment out for maybe let's say 8 million, and for you are setting a price for maybe um, 10 million, you should know that that property will stay for too long in the market. So you do your research, you know what is um, available and what is acceptable within the market, so that your own property will not stay too long in the market. And that's part of the things. You need to have that marketing skill, you need to have that negotiating skill, you need to have a financial management skill. You need to have financial management. Property manager should have a good understanding of financial management, including budgeting, rent collection, and financial reporting. You will be reporting. You cannot just be collecting rent and put it in your pocket, or for it to sit in your bank in your bank account. You need to remit it to the property owner as at when due, and you need to give them the breakdown. Even when you have even taken out your own percentage that you have negotiated with the property owner, remit the rest And at the end of the year, if any money is committed into your hands for renovation, you need to do account of how much you have spent on that, and make sure that you get receipts and you get quotation from all your vendors or from the artisans you're dealing with, so that you can present it. You don't just expect the property owner to just be sending you money without you doing a proper account of what you spend the money on. So you need to have a good financial management skill as a property manager. So you need to have problem solving skills, and that should you should be a good problem solver, able to deal with tenant complaints, maintenance issues, and other problems. And this is a whole primary reason why the property owner actually employed you to manage his or her property on his behalf, to solve problems, to excuse them from having to deal with all these issues, all these problems. So you as a property manager, your primary assignment is to resolve issues, to solve problems. So and if you don't have problem solving skills, yeah, that will be too bad. And problem solving skill many a times do is not something you can read in a book, or that you need is as a result of experience year in year out. You've had issue with one tenant. How did you resolve it? And you bring in that into another tenant, into another property. I've had several experiences with different tenants. I've been to court, I've been out of court, I've been to police station. um I've had to confront tenants. I've had to write letters. I've had to write someone. I've been at a mediation center to represent most of my clients, uh, when that are having issue with their tenant. So, and even recent one, I had about six tenants that were taken to court, and thank God we finally gotten a favorable judgment that asking them to vacate the premise. So you must have problem solving skill as a property manager, and you should not run away from problem. There will be problems with you and with the tenants and the landlord, with the tenants and the community and the house, the community and the property. So, and one of the things you need to do is that you must be diplomatic when you're dealing with problems. You must be diplomatic, and again, you need to protect the interest of your landlords, of your landladies, of the property owner that has committed their properties into your hands. You must protect their interest. So you should not run away from problem. So because problems is part of life, and out of problem you get solution, and those solution you will gather experience, and those experience are those things that we use as testimonies in life. You must also have customer service skill. A good property manager must have excellent customer service skills to deal with tenants, landlords, and also contractors. So you must have excellent customer service skill. You must know how to mediate. You must know how to liaise. You must also know how to deal to make them feel welcome. You must make out to make them feel special. So that's what a customer service person do. You must also be available. No, you must be available. A property manager should be available to handle emergencies even outside of regular business hours. I've had to visit some properties in the night. I've had meetings with tenants on Sunday morning. I've had meetings with tenants during the week. I've had to attend to emergencies in the night. No, I've summoned plumbers, I've summoned electricians. I've had to interface with NEPA issue, that's PHCN, the power issue several times. So you must be available. What is your business? Your primary business as a property manager is for you to take charge and to manage the property as if you own it. So you can't be a property manager and not be available. I had a little experience with one property manager, and I actually spoke with him that because the apartment was gotten by a friend of mine, and there are some things that actually wrong with that apartment, within the apartment, which he needed to attend to. Can you imagine that for more than going to almost 6 months? This man has not even um, come around to even attend to these issues. I know there are leakages from the roof, there are no door handle, there are a whole lot of issues within that compound which he needed to attend to. But he keeps giving one excuse or the other that is coming, this, that. And I spoke with him that he's not a good property manager because how many property does he have or is he managing that he won't be able to create time for him to uh, attend to this particular issue that this my friend has been complaining about. So you must be available as a property manager to handle emergencies and even work outside your regular business hour. Another thing is that you must have integrity. No, this is not a skill, this is a quality. A good property man must have high ethical standard and operate with integrity, treating all parties fairly and honestly. So you must have integrity. Integrity should be your watchword, and that is my watchword as a property manager. You must have integrity, and that's what has been paving way for me with several other clients that I've been having. I can't remember when last I give my card or to someone to even to market myself now. And it's just all over, as I get most of my jobs now as a result of referrals. And the best way to market anyone to get connected is when people refer you and when people know that you will deliver and you've done one good job for someone and another person is and that person is referring you to another person, and that's how you keep growing and growing and growing and growing and growing and becoming a better person, and you are getting rich and better and making waves in this industry. So as a property manager, you must have integrity. You must have integrity. So choosing a property manager with all those qualities and skills will help to ensure that your property is managed effectively, efficiently, and with the utmost professionalism. So, before you choose that property manager for your property, look out for these qualities and these skills: communication skills, organizational skill, marketing skills, attention to details, financial management skill, problem solving skill, customer service, availability, integrity. So these are the qualities you need to look out for whenever you're choosing a property manager. And if you be needing my service for your property, either for me to manage the property on your behalf, or is there any old building that has been left for you to inherit and you do not have the time to look after it, I will be glad to help you to do the necessary renovation, to help you to manage the tenants, to collect the rents as at when due and remit it to your designated account. And be happy to be of service to you. My name is Tholu Olamiko, and I'm your property manager here in Lagos, Nigeria, and I'll be looking forward to work with you. Till I come your way next time on this channel, have a lovely day and have a lovely week. God bless you.